Hi, and welcome to the first episode of Connected by Change. This is where we sit down with leaders, innovators, and all around interesting people to talk about change in their industries, their careers, and the world around us. We'll dig into how they got where they are, what shaped them, and what they think the future looks like. Today, we have the one and only Saloni Hariani joining us, the founder of her own bespoke clothing brand right here in Dubai. Saloni, I'm so excited to have you here. Thank you for coming. First podcast, so Connected by Change. So it's all about change and industry change and even human aspect of change. And why I wanted to invite you is, first of all, I wanted you to be my Scott, to be like the one that's my rock. I think we're both nervous.
Scott is really nervous. Like, we'll get over it. Like,
the Scott's my Kim.
The camera's rolling now. We're fine.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, I wanted to bring you on here because, first of all, you're a young entrepreneur. You're in an industry that's booming here, I feel, in Dubai, and we'll talk about that. But I wanted to know about your background a little bit more, I know you went to boarding school in India and then you went over to New York to learn all about fashion. How did you really know that you're going to go into the fashion industry?
So I think I decided this when I was 12.
Wow.
I just knew, because I remember this instant because my dad and I were like driving to a mall and he was like, so you're like 12, what do you want to do for a living when you grow up? And like, just like anyone else would be like, I want to be a dancer, an actress or something. I was like, I want to be a fashion designer. It's like, you can have a thought over it. Like, you have to decide today. I'm like, no, now I will show you that I will be a fashion designer.
Gosh.
Like, what do you think? I'm like, I can't keep my goals straight. Like, yeah. And so I kind of took that on as a challenge.
And that's you. Like, if I ever think about who you are, you're like, I want that. That's my goal, and I'm going to make it happen.
I won't deviate from that goal. So sometimes when things get rough, my parents are like, so, you have do you have a plan B? I'm like, plan B? Who thinks about plan B? Like plan A or nothing else?
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, I love that. And then were your parents supportive of you going into that?
Very supportive. Because the first time that I wanted to I said it out loud, but I wasn't really doing anything about it.
Yeah.
And then we had a summer vacation the same year, and he was like, you're back home, your grandmom knows how to stitch, make a dress. So I sewed my first dress when I was 12 and started advertising it I'd made it.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
And so slowly I took the steps to that. Everyone was really supportive. They were always giving me the next step. So sometimes you get really lost without guidance, but I feel like everyone around me just kept showing me that here's a ladder, just step on it, you're all right. And
it's so important to have that support system around you. Because I find a lot of cultures, if you're not going to be a lawyer or a doctor or something specific like that, a lot of families kind of turn it down and they don't see the benefit of, okay, I'm going to support them in their dreams. So it's so I don't know, it's inspiring that you had a family like that.
As I'm an Indian, it does happen in my culture particularly to have parents say to you either a doctor, engineer, or a lawyer, you know this. And I think my parents didn't do that to me because my dad had to leave his career to marry my mother. And
because of cultural differences or what?
So funny story, or a little bit cinematic, Bollywood kind of thing happened with them. And my mom's father was not he was really against the relationship, and he was like, you can't marry this guy, he doesn't match our culture, even though they're both Indians and they're both religiously similar, they just speak different languages.
Wow.
So my grandfather was like, nope, not it, can't marry the guy. And the funny part is, I was talking about this in the morning, my dad, his driver, the truck driver, so he had a construction logistics business. And the truck driver just left in the morning of the delivery. So my dad got in the truck to put it back in the warehouse. And my grandfather saw it. And then he was like, you're going to marry a truck driver? So he left that business to
oh my God,
be a chartered accountant, which is why'd you go to a job when you own 10 trucks?
Oh my goodness. No way.
So they were always you do whatever your heart says, girl.
Yeah, they've been through it.
Yeah, they've been through it. They're you can't listen to anyone when it comes to deciding what you want to do for a living.
Yeah. And so when it comes to the boarding school, because I know that's something that was a big part of your life, that was high school, right?
No, I went there for 10 years.
10 years, okay.
I was there when I was 10.
Okay.
And
And you left your family, like you left your home to go to this boarding school.
I left
of
when I
course.
was 9.
Wow.
So my father is from a boarding school, so is my uncle and everybody in my family. And so they were always like, it's legacy. You have to go to a boarding school and like
this specific one in India, or
no,
was it? Okay.
You can go to any boarding school just as long as you get out of home.
That early?
Yeah.
Wow.
They were supposed to send me when I was like in the 3rd grade, and I
Which
started
is so
crying.
surprising because I feel like in like North America, like where I'm from, like that's maybe a little bit more prevalent. But I feel like Indian families, like they want to keep you kind of at home and right. So I feel like that's a little bit different than what I've heard, at least.
You'll see my family. You'll be like, they invite my boyfriends over to stay at home for weeks. It's like so funny the culture shock that I have in my own house. But yeah, they've never been very restrictive. Like they let me stay out. They trust me a lot, and I think without the trust, like it wouldn't be like this, you know, because I feel like the parents who do that, they just don't have enough trust on their kids to or know them well enough. Like my mom can pick when I'm lying, or like my dad can be like, she's off to something fishy, like what the fuck are you doing? I wasn't supposed to say that. Am I allowed to like, okay, I'm sorry.
We're allowed swearing around here. I don't know if I know how not to swear, so
I'm like, oh shit, I just said something wrong. Okay, anyway, this is for like...
Yeah. So like going so early to boarding school, do you find that it gave you independence really early?
A lot.
Yeah.
I don't rely on my parents for emotional support or anyone.
Well, because you're only 22. So, and like every time I meet you, I'm just like, there's no way you're 22. Like, I feel like we're the same age. So you're so mature for your age. Do you think that shaped that a lot? Or do you think it was the New York piece of your...
I think it was the New York piece.
Okay.
Like, no, it did give me independence. So I didn't rely on anybody since the beginning, because I just knew that like I had to do anything and everything myself. But I think New York was the part where like I had to like grow up, you know. It was like I was out in the world now. In the boarding school, I was still like in this little wall around me that was like protecting us from the outside world.
Right.
So we weren't really like given news of like what the hell's happening. We were just living in a happy bubble of whatever was happening there. So I think life really hit when I went to New York. So that's why I keep telling people like my cerebral development just happened.
So tell me more about New York, because we say we're connected because we're both from the East Coast.
So Paris, our common friend, he was in New York last week, last week, and I told him to go to Bubby's, which is like my favorite pancake place.
Were you mentioning this place?
And he couldn't go, but he sent like an Uber. Like he like navigated the entire system, sent an Uber to pick up one pancake mix. Like, and I was like, just for one? And I come back home last night to him like delivering like 5 pancake mixes to me, and I was like,
no way he did.
5. That's like a year worth
that is
supply.
So sweet.
I was like almost in tears. I was like, he really did that. Like, you know, like friends don't do that. I mean, like, you know, like.
By the way, we better have a pancake party at some point here coming up.
Like, I know we have to have that pancake. It's just like it's world. I don't know why it's not world famous yet. Like, but like everyone in America would just like drive up there on weekends or like fly out there to eat the Bubby's pancake.
As long as there's Canadian maple syrup.
Okay, yeah, that. No, we gotta send him to Canada. He was in Canada. We should have just asked him.
That's true. Oh no, don't worry. I'll get that over here. I have some connections in Canada.
Good. We can still, not too late. Yeah, but we should have like everyone over and just make pancakes.
Absolutely. That'd be so fun.
We're gonna plan that for this week.
Yeah, that's what's so great about Dubai. And tell me about your time. So first of all, New York, but then at what point did you come back to Dubai? What happened? What brought you back here?
I didn't want to be here, actually.
I know you wanted to stay in New York, correct?
Yeah, I just wanted to be in New York. I actually left because I just wasn't going into the field that I really wanted to. I was like studying ready to wear. And I just never was like into fast fashion and like making for the masses. And, New York is that. Like, if you want to get into fast fashion, just fly out to New York and they'll teach you every little thing about that industry. But I was so stuck with Paris in my head that I was like, you know what? I'm going to drop out or get the first degree and go to Paris now and just study there. I had the applications, I had the offer letter and everything. I came here and it was end of COVID. And they were like, the class is in 2 weeks and the visa comes in like 3 months. And I'm like, this is insane. Like, can you just defer me? They're like, this is not America. Like, we can't defer you. And I'm like, okay, then when am I supposed to come? And they were like, a year later, maybe.
Gosh.
So I spoke to my dad and I was like, so I have a year and I don't know what to do now. And he was like, get a job, maybe, like other people. I was like, a job?
What?
A job? Like, design industry is like barely existent. That's when I was really like oblivious to like any fashion being like in Dubai. And so I went and I started interning with a family friend's business. And it was really great because I learned things about business that I didn't in a design school. They don't really teach you how to be an entrepreneur. But
Right.
watching her, I was like, oh my God, there's Excel sheets and all these systems in place. And I'm not so organized.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But 1 month later, I was like, I can't do this anymore. I'm so sorry. But like, I just can't work for anyone. Like,
But you learned what you needed to.
yeah.
Yeah.
She taught
It was
me
a
like
stepping stone for you.
admin skills that
Yeah.
I feel like every entrepreneur needs to have at least the basics of
Yeah.
like, this is your client, that's the order, or like, this is the service that I have to provide. And
Yeah.
like have every detail of the work or the project written down.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's no point of, you know, delivering something if you don't know exactly what you're trying to give them.
Absolutely.
So she helped me really put those things in place. And so I quit it because in life, I think this is a bad thing about me. When things just get hard, I'm like, I can't do this. I'm going. Like, I'm just going to take the next flight out. I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah.
And it's bad.
Yeah.
But I'm learning to adjust with that. And that's what I did with the job as well. Like, I just fled because I had to travel in the metro.
Yeah.
It was my, like, and I had to sit at a desk doing Excel sheets. Like, I couldn't do that for 1 month.
Yeah.
And now I'm running a business. So, luckily, though, right after, I was a part of BNI. You know this.
Yes.
You've
Yeah.
visited BNI. And they were just all really kind to me because they always saw me as like the little girl. I was 20 when I joined BNI. And they were like, we need to support her. We need to like help her grow in everything that she's doing. And I got my first order there. And that led to another. And the first month of my BNI, I probably had like 25 orders.
Wild.
And I was like, that's it. This is where I'm going to pin down and going to make.
And explain those first orders to me. So bespoke.
All
That you went
bespoke.
right into bespoke right away. And
It actually never was a business. It started as like a friend of mine that was like, hey, I have a Diwali party. Diwali is like this Indian festival. And she was like, I have this Diwali party. You have to make me something really unique. So I went out in the market looking for embroiderers, people who would stitch my clothes, fabrics and everything. And I got her like the most unique things ever. And I made her a jacket, a pink jacket with like a brocade waistcoat and like pants. And she really, really loved it. So people asked her like, where'd you get this? And like one of our common friends, he was like, would you mind making me like a suit? And I was like, I've never done menswear before, like, let alone make a suit. Like, I know how to make a suit because I learned it, but I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
And he was like, try it out. Just do something unique with it. And I gave him a suit with like stitch lines on top of a suit. And he was like, is it unfinished? I was like, no, wear it. And then he loves the suit so much, he still wears it. It's been 2 years.
God,
he keeps wearing that
amazing.
suit all the time.
You would have been
But-
like, what was just that? I want to know that feeling. Like when you create something, especially one of your first pieces,
Yeah.
and you got that feeling of just like, oh my God, I
think it was
love
my
it.
adrenaline.
Like,
I think more than this is a bad thing, but like
Yeah.
more than the money, I get like really happy when someone's happy with the clothes. I'm like, money is secondary.
but isn't that why we get into entrepreneurship or following that
Makes you
passion?
so happy when
Yeah.
you see someone confident in their clothes. Like today, you didn't even know what your suit was gonna look like.
I didn't. I came here. I was
And-
like, oh my God, I hope it fits.
It did though.
It does. We're okay.
So like, and I've done this with many of my clients, like just have like keep them in the unknown of what they're about to wear, because I sit with them for so long to understand who they are and what their personality is like, that I can judge
Yeah.
what they should be wearing and what they should be looking like. And I just did that last week. Like I dressed the owner of New Dubai BNI, and he didn't know what he was wearing to the expo event. And he's like, Saloni, I hope I get the suit. I'm like, you will. But it's a surprise, and he loved it. It was like a gray suit with like red stripes on it. So it was like,
oh my God. And you do such great work, because why I love your work and why we're doing our first orders together is because you have taken probably weeks to analyze my life. Weeks to get to know me, understand what my lifestyle is, what my color palette is, what works for everything. Yeah. And I don't think, I mean, I've done bespoke clothing before, I've done designers before, but not to this level of detail.
Yeah, like I get too much into your life to understand, like
like, you know, I'm probably way too much about my life.
I know way too much about it. And I find that more comforting, because when I don't know something about someone, I feel like I'm not doing the job right. I feel like it's an assignment that has been given to me that has no prerequisite or like details. You're like, just finish the homework. Like, how can I? Like,
absolutely. And so I know how you've kind of went through the process with me and understanding my color palette and all of those things. Do you do the same exact process with everyone?
Everyone.
Okay. And has there any been challenging ones that you've like faced where you couldn't get a read on someone, or you couldn't get enough details, or I don't know?
I actually haven't worked with anyone that I can't understand yet.
Okay.
Which is great, because I like to spend a couple of hours with the people that I'm working with, and you'll meet, I think you've met a lot of people who've worn my clothes before, and they know that I'm like their best friend, you know, like I'm their confidant. Like they just know that I have their back. Yeah. But that's how I know that I can get it right for them, because I know what they will like and what they won't like. It's kind of easy. It's like psychological. Like,
I get goosebumps thinking about it. I do, because I think you're taking fashion. But you're taking fashion to such a personal level that I don't think we see fashion as that, like what that is today. It's a lot of that fast fashion, or you know, someone's just trying to sell you something, and okay, that's great. But I think taking it to that human level, and we're all looking for that human connection nowadays with everything going on, like technology, and we're doing less and less, you know, more social media, all of this superficial thing. And when someone actually takes the time and gets to know you and is curating something based off of what they know about you, that's special. And it gives me goosebumps, because you're taking a psychological stand on, okay, how can I really make this person feel confident?
I feel like I relate this to like any superhero, where they're like such a shy personality, wearing like glasses, and like no one recognizes them, and then they put on a suit, which is like a Superman suit, or like a Spider-Man suit,
pose, like,
or like an Iron Man suit, and you're just suddenly like a whole different person, like doing the best thing, getting out there, like running your business with confidence, or like walking into the next meeting and turning heads. And that's what I want. So I feel like I'm trying to give them like their own little like Superman suit.
And I think this is coming naturally from you. Like, it's not something that I think you're like, okay, this is my business model and this is what I'm going to do. It's like, I feel like, okay, had your first client, then your second, you're like, oh, now I'm curating, and now I'm really understanding the people. And then that's coming to a point where it's like, okay, so moving forward, are you going to continue in this model? How do you scale something like this? Or do you want to keep kind of that small, you know, close-knit
So I feel like I definitely want to scale. Like every business reaches a point where the entrepreneur alone can't handle anything. And my idea is to replicate myself. Like just make more people learn the skill of analyzing clothes, colors, personalities, because it's a skill that anyone needs. If you're in sale and you don't have the necessary skill of analyzing the person in front of you, there's just, you're not going to close the deal. 100%. It only comes when you can read human emotions to a level. Sometimes I go on dates and I start like hyper analyzing their face and their expressions and like who they are as a person. I'm like, can't bring your job to a date, like.
But I mean, it's kind of a great skill to have.
I know, and like they'll be like, "You're hyper analyzing me." I'm like, I know, I just can't stop.
I can't stop it. It's like natural.
It's so natural. So I definitely like. I've started doing that. I have expanded my team with people who are learning the skill from me currently and taking it out in the world, meeting their own network, and just trying to tell them that like, this skill exists and like we can do this for you. And obviously the team's getting bigger with the production as well, because doing that many personalities requires a giant production. So we're definitely like expanding little by little. So that's my little I think, business insight on what I've been doing right now.
And I know you wanted to kind of be living in New York or living in Paris, and now you're living in Dubai.
Oh, yeah.
Do you see yourself continue living in Dubai? And also, I want to understand, like, where does the fashion industry, like, how far does this go in Dubai? Is it something that's kind of the bespoke fashion? Is that very common here? Or is it more fast fashion? Or where are we seeing the trends in Dubai happening? Is it going to become a hub of fashion? And can you start that? Because New York and Paris, I've heard Dubai, we have Dubai Fashion Week now, don't we?
Yeah.
So what does that look like?
So I think Dubai is really expanding into being that global place for everything in the world, like finance, real estate, crypto as well, and obviously fashion's one of them. They're gonna try to reach the global standard for the same thing. There's some really amazing designers that already match the New York and Paris standards, and they showcase themselves there, and I'm really proud that they're able to do that. I'm definitely someone who like used to believe in the runway fashion, and I still do. Like, I love the runway fashion, and the designers get to curate pieces that they want to curate, but I realize I'm just not that kind of a designer anymore. Like, it is really satisfying for me to sit and sketch, but it is more satisfying to me for like listening a story from someone and like just hearing what they're doing for like their life, events they're going
and designing clothes that they're wearing on a daily basis, not ones that would be on a runway that you might wear once and like maybe to an event.
Exactly. And this is a concept that could totally be, and this is definitely like something that's bespoke at the doorstep. So we don't have a physical store. We had a physical store for like a year, and that year I dressed like I think 150 people. No one came to the store. Like, they were like, yeah, we get it, you have a store, but like, can you come home, or like, can you bring it to the office? And I found that gap, and I was like, wait, there is a problem here. Like, we need to fix this problem and bring everything to their home if they can't come to us, because
we're so spoiled here in Dubai too. We have everything
like
comes to our door.
Coming to you, like, it is the top of everything.
I have my like cooked meals come to my door every day. Like, I don't even know how to put my stove on.
Your car gets delivered to you. Like, if you get a rent a car, it gets delivered to your house in Dubai. Like,
everything. So now why not close?
Everything's so convenient. So definitely, maybe someday there'll be an app where you can just like sign up and like call Saloni's like stylist to your house.
Yeah, absolutely.
Someday.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah. So I definitely think Dubai will see a turn in fashion. See, bespoke fashion is really common here because people don't want to look like any other person on the street.
Yeah.
Yesterday I met someone who was just telling me that they go to parties like every other weekend, and everyone's wearing the same thing. Like, the other day, like, my client matched accidentally with like the party, the birthday girl at the event, and she was like,
where are they all shopping?
Ready-to-wear stores.
Like what? Like, what would be like the most common brands here that people like?
Zara, definitely Zara. It's got so many like. So the funny part is that like I love Zara some pieces, but
some basic pieces types.
They're trying to make unique pieces, which means if you enter an event with that unique piece, probably someone's gonna enter with the same thing. It's like the pink coat, like a pink coat theory. It's like you wear it once, everyone's gonna remember that pink coat.
Right.
So if a ready-to-wear brand makes clothes that are unique, people are gonna
not unique.
Yeah, but if they start making patterns that are like visually unique, you're suddenly putting everyone at like, you know,
it's not just a black blazer.
It's not just yeah.
Oh my gosh,
so I definitely believe in the quiet luxury. Like, you know this about me. Like, I like playing around with patterns and everything, but I think someone who's an entrepreneur can't walk into a room with like 50 million bright colors on them. No. It just won't sell what they're trying to sell because the person in front of them is super intimidated and they're like, what are you selling here? Like, what are we sitting in this meeting for? So I think entrepreneurs need to put themselves in this space and say, you know what? In order to cater who my client is, I need to be a certain personality and train themselves to be that person.
So the reason why a lot of people do go to Zara is, first of all, it's quick, but also second of all, it's cheaper. So, or cheaper. I'm not sure cheaper. I know that's like a conversation we've had because I've gone to designers where I'm paying Chanel prices.
Yeah.
But with you, how do you keep that cost down a little bit so it's a little bit more practical for some people that, you know, Zara would be their typical brand that they go to?
So I believe like for me, costing, when it comes to costing with business, whenever I charge someone a price that's absolutely like insane, I feel like a con artist. I know people do that and it's good for business, and probably like everyone tells me to do this, and you're like, you can't be like charging these prices, you're breaking our market. Like I have bespoke brands that are always like, that fabric and that price, and I'm like, yeah, but I'm earning what I need to earn. But if I break their bank and their wardrobe, like they're never going to be able to wear my piece again.
And they're not coming back.
They're not coming back.
If I'm spending 3,000 US dollars on a piece, I wear it once, have a picture in it. I can't wear it again, and I'm also not going back to spend another $3,000 on an outfit.
And you can't do it again and again. You're like, I love this piece, but I really need another one next weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
And I can't get that. So
yeah.
I definitely want to stay in a price point where, yes, I get my costs right, because these fabrics are expensive and the bespoke tailoring process is expensive, but I'm not trying to be the next, like a very high end.
Yeah.
Like I want to be someone who wants to be in everybody's wardrobe.
Yeah.
But bespoke.
Yeah.
So definitely. And like I try to bring in solutions with my team as well, where we're like trying to be as efficient as possible so we can give better prices to people. Like I know for a fact that like I want to be someone's wardrobe. I don't want to be someone's one time.
Yeah.
Like I don't want someone to just have one piece in their closet as their like masterpiece and just like frame it. No, like.
And again, it goes back to your business model. Why I'm obsessed with it is because it's like, okay, like I came here to Dubai.
Come back again and again.
Yeah, I can come back again and again, but you're looking at it as a whole. Like you're like, okay, phase 1, we're going to do these 6 outfits. Phase 2, we're going to do another 5, and it's going to, it's going to complement the first phase, but it's things that you don't already have. And coming to Dubai, not really knowing I was moving here, and now I'm here for like 6 months. I'm like, I came in a suitcase, so I don't even have basics. And so to be able to curate that from phase 1 all the way to phase 6, then I'm going to have a full Saloni wardrobe by month 12.
Your personality is going to change. Like, so I built I'll explain a little bit of the process that I did with you. I built you a mood board, or a vision board of who you want to be in a year. You told me you're going to do podcasts, you're going to meet high-end clients, and most of the people that you're meeting are sitting in the space where they have employees over 200, 300,000. And I know to cater to that, you need to position yourself like you've got this, and you have hundreds of people that are listening to you, but you're composed and calm. And I think building that initial mood board kind of helps me visualize how many pieces or what your wardrobe's going to look like in the next year or something. I can't put you in a pink suit tomorrow. No. Because you haven't built yourself there to wear that pink suit to an event. But I know you've been wearing these basic colors. You've been towards the quite luxury space. So I put those pieces first. And as you see, like you've seen already phase 3 of your clothing, it's got more patterns than the phase 1. Because I know phase 1 will be too much of a personality change. And people will demand you to be wearing every other textured fabric because you wore it once. And you're like, but I just tried it on. I wasn't supposed to wear this every day. It's like like I wore a pink coat. I'm not going to wear the pink coat every day. No. Yeah, people will notice that. Your phase 6 probably will look way different than your phase 1. But the closet will still look like a gradual like evolution of what you've become. Absolutely. And I love that so much. So what are some challenges? So I know you had a store, and I know that eventually closed. What were some of the biggest challenges you faced with that? And also, what are some other challenges that you face just in general running your business, and maybe something you struggle with more frequently than most might think? I think as an entrepreneur, there's so many spaces you have to look at when you're running a business. The finances, the labor, the who you are, building a team and everything. And I struggled a lot with like planning my business, because the first 4 months I was making so much money that I was like, I'm ready for a store now. Like I will just deep dive into the concept where I'm just building a whole thing. And I don't like basic things, as you know. So I was like, I will go all in or nothing at all. And so I asked my dad for like 500,000 dirham. And I was like, Dad, I need this money and I will build a store and I will give it back to you like tomorrow. And he's like, 500,000 dirham is a lot of money, Saloni. Like, where do you think I'm going to get you that? And I'm like, I don't know. You're an adult. Like, you've grown a child. You should know where the money needs to come from. Like,
This doesn't just grow on trees.
he's
What are you
like, I already
talking
paid
about?
for your university. Like, why am I paying for your business? I'm like, Dad, consider this a loan. Like, I will pay it back to you. And so he sold his property in India. And he gave me the money
Oh my gosh.
to start the store, and I loved it because I built every inch of it, like, but no one came to it. Like, it was just heartbreaking that I had to sit at the same store where no one came, and I wasn't able to cater to as many clients because I was sitting at the store.
Yeah.
So everyone was like, can you come? And I'm like, but my hours for my store are like 10 to 10, so can I come after? They're like 10 to 10. And so I hired a girl just sit there. So she'd come every day, open the store, sit there, and I'd pay her to sit there, like a security or something for the store. And it was hard. And my dad predicted this. He's like, look, your finances don't look right. You're earning this chunk, but you're draining your bank to zero just to pay the rent again and again, and pay your like costs and pay your employees. So there's too much.
Something's not working here.
Something's not working because like there's no cash flow. Like you're not sitting on a surplus. So I was like, okay, so what do I do now? He's like, get rid of the store. I was like, it's my baby. Like, so every month I kept earning that money. I kept building that target that I have to earn so much money in order to survive. I just didn't realize I had to let it go. You know, like sometimes you have to let things in your life that are not working out just go.
Yeah.
You can't be emotionally hurt about it. And when I let it go, I just felt like a burden was like off my shoulders and had to look at it as a bigger perspective. And I was going to leave the country. I was like, you know what? I'm done. My store is gone. I'm going to go to
When
India.
was this? What year was this?
Last year.
This was last year.
Last year, end
Oh
of
my
the year.
gosh.
And this was October, I think. October is when we started to like plan like selling it. So I went to my cousin's house in India, and he owns like a production facility for like uniforms.
Yeah.
And he was like, come in and design uniforms with me. So I went into this meeting with him to Goldridge. Oh, I don't know if I was supposed to say this, but like we went to pitch our collection to them for their uniforms. And in India, or I'd say in any country, there's a system where big companies, they call in a few suppliers and they audit them and or they interview them and then they choose who they want to work with. So it's really funny. I was sitting in a room with like 4 other brands, Raymond's, 2 other big brands from India that do the same thing. And I was like, am I seriously competing for my designs with someone else? And I've never had that feeling because everyone that I've worked with has always been like a close client before we've started working together. So I was like, I'm not doing this. Like, it's not that like I don't want to do the hard work or anything, but this is just, I can't cater to the mass again. Like I'm so comfortable working one-on-one with someone and having that like the feeling that I get after dressing one person, and I can't do that when it comes to a company. Like, I'm not trying to please a whole boardroom of people. Like, I just want one person to make sure and I feel like that's going to bring a bigger change than anything else. And so I was like, I'm going to shut everything in Dubai. I'm going to go to India, do this with them. And I came back home and my dad's like, why are you leaving again? And I'm like, because things didn't work out. And he's like, what things didn't work out? You have 30 orders to finish them, and then we'll have this conversation. I was like, I know it's going to be done next week. He's like, yeah, finish it, and then we will have this conversation again. And I did. And I came back with like a chunk of cash in my bank. And he's like, so you want to go to India now? And I'm like, I don't know. He's like, do you have your next month order list ready? And I'm like, yeah, I've got like 15 clients. And then he's like, you still want to go? I'm like, I don't know, but I don't have a store. Like, people aren't going to believe that I do this. And then he's like, no one buys from you because you have a store. They buy from you because you are you, and you're putting that effort into who, you know, who you want them to be and who you're trying to be yourself. So do you think it's wise to leave right now? And I was like, I'll try another month. And I doubled my business. Like, I went to every person that was interested in my business and I said, you know what, like I can come change your wardrobe for you. I can change who you are, and I promise I will do it for you in like anything possible. So I did that, and now we're
where you are
really
today.
growing. We're like, like right now my problem is too many orders and my team's too small.
Like could you have thought that a year ago? Like really though?
Yeah,
like
it's just
wild.
Sometimes you just have to look at the bigger perspective. So now whenever I'm doing like any investment in my business, I'm just like, wait, I will look at the bigger picture. Like I will sit down and see what this step will do for me in 10 years. And I'll only do it if it's going to help the 10 years later me. If it's not, I will not do it. And I think when you do big mistakes in life, I hope people don't make the same mistake as me, as like drowning $500,000 dirham. But this will give them a learning lesson. Like I'm definitely someone who learns the hard way, but
I'm the same.
I've had my lesson, and now I'm at a point where like I can visually look at the business as a businesswoman and not a girl running.
Absolutely. And it's having that belief in yourself. But I think something you're really good at is personal branding. So what is personal branding has been a big word lately too. It's something almost more powerful than a brand itself. What's your key to success when it comes to personal branding? And how have you created, and maybe this is just a very personal thing, because I think you're very good with people and people naturally really like you. Is that your personal brand strategy, or have you put thought behind this? And is there a strategy that you move towards?
So I think 90% of the people don't really know who I am as a person, like, because personal brand is curated. Like you have to, and I think this is a really good skill that people need to pick up, because, and I'll give you like a small step. I think we discussed this when we were first doing your personal like outfit and brand. And I told you, visualize who you want to be in the next year, or who you want to become. Pick a muse and like start looking at their pictures, start looking at how they're dressing, and it'll help you be that person, or like be a better version of yourself eventually. And I started with that. Like I was showing up to meetings in like mini skirts and leather jackets, and everyone looked at me like, she's gonna make my suit. And I realized that I had to be a whole new person to cater to this. And personal brands aren't just, I'm authentic and like I'll be this and like I'll show my colorfulness everywhere. But that's not exactly what a personal brand means. It's a curated form. It's a very like mature, curated form of who you are. It's almost like a mask that you put on. And I've spoken to this with like a lot of people who have great personal brands on social media and everything, and they always say you need to separate that with your authentic self.
That's
like,
so interesting.
You need to be able to go back home and just shut the door and be yourself, like you know, just watch some TV and just cuddle on the couch, like just do your own thing. But every day you can't be that lazy personality, you know, outside. So it's just my personal opinion, but I feel personal brand is something that you build for the outside world. It's a suit it's a powerful suit that you put on like Superman and go out in the world and then come and unwind. Because if you're not true to your authentic self, sometimes you will lose that game on the outside.
And it's exhausting.
Yeah,
it takes a lot of energy when you're not being authentic.
You're not going to send a king out of his castle in the same outfit that he's lounging in. He's obviously going to put on the best self when he goes outside. So why not do that with your personal brand? Like, yes, I'm not saying be like someone completely different, but just more polished version of the same person.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so changing topics. When it comes to, I know we talked about a lot of Dubai and the fashion industry, where it's going globally. Where are you seeing people? So sustainability, I'm thinking of. I'm thinking about technology coming into the fashion industry. Any other trends maybe that I'm missing? But where do you see as a globe where we're going with fashion?
I think fashion's ever evolving, and most designers who've stayed in this industry and like put their mark down is because they built something that helps people feel differently. And I think most brands are now trying to do that. They're trying to, instead of play with fabrics and colors play with emotions, and that's what high-end brands teach you. They're like, play with a particular emotion. So that's always going to stay. But I think sustainability, as you said, is a big part of the world changing. Everyone's trying to up their numbers with like the ESG reports and everything. But I think it starts with the basics. For our brand, we make sure we only cater to clients that very like particularly want something, and like when we build that piece for them, we try to do zero waste with it. Like we try to only buy fabric that's enough for the, you know, pattern, only use these like one-off pieces. Because if I was going to go in mass production, I'd have a lot of inventory and probably a lot of waste with the patterns that are cut for the machine, because there are specific like dynamics. My master can physically sit down and adjust these patterns to tightly close them down.
Of course.
And I think starting those baby steps will get you to a more efficient, sustainable way of making clothes. So I'm definitely someone who's a big believer of like not wasting too much fabric and not overbuying. And I definitely think my brand like tries to solve the problem of binge buying, because it's a really big problem right now. People walk into stores and they don't think what they're buying. They're just like, it looks good, I'm just gonna buy it. And I think you've had instances that you've just like, it looks good on a mannequin, probably might look good on me, and then you bring it back home and you're like, I'm never gonna wear this hideous
Or
top
it's
again.
cheap, so then I wear it once and I throw it out. And
Yeah, but that's bad.
no kidding, to the environment, versus the things that I pay so much money for. I take care of it. I want to make sure that, you know, I'm going to be wearing it, be pairing it certain ways. Like I really put thought into it. When I'm buying something cheap,
Right.
I treat it cheap, and that's
you
the
treat
difference.
it like it doesn't have any value. And I think I tell this to a lot of people that are my clients now. When you see something in a mall, look at it for a second, go touch it, but don't buy it. Go home, sit for 24 hours, do whatever you want to do in your day. And if 24 hours later it's on your head, like it's in your, like it's taking
You're like,
space in
oh,
your
I should have
brain,
bought that kind of thing.
go buy it.
Yeah.
But if it's not, 90% of people forget they saw that and they move on with their life. And they're like, I don't really have a need of that thing in my life. But if you're stuck with that, go buy it. But it will really reduce that overbuying and like making your closet more giant than it needs to be. Like there's so many people I know that have so many clothes that they never wear, but they remember it, or they're like, oh, this dress, I should wear it this weekend. Like I didn't even know I had this, like 7 years old. But you're like, that's the problem. It is 7 years old and there's a reason you didn't wear it. And you come back to it, you're like, oh, that's the reason I didn't wear it.
Yeah.
So.
What about I just think of the apps like Wear That, the ones that they're online and they curate it a little bit for you. It's almost like a faster pace, kind of what you do, but maybe a little bit cheaper, like just a little bit different. Do you think there's gonna be more and more of that?
I think Wear That has a very good concept. I think it's doing exactly what I'm doing. A little less analytical, because we go really like into like deep personal space.
And you're bespoke. I mean, very different.
Bespoke. And the thing with that is that these collections are already made. Like they're already existing pieces of different types and scenarios that someone can fit into their life. So I think it's a great concept if you're looking for something on the go and you just need to get something. But there are chances that it doesn't fit you right, and they might end up becoming pieces in your closet. Yes, they are your personality, which is great, because we want people to be dressing according to who they want to be and who they perceive themselves as. But eventually, that should be your first step. Eventually, going that bespoke route will also bring power to your closet, because people have wear that pieces already. You're still going to be matching.
It's brands that already are out there and exist.
Like girls in like events and stuff will be wearing those pieces because they already exist on their website and in their closet. So when you say like that's step one of recognizing who you are, you go to bespoke, so you don't like look like anybody else.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we only have so much time. Okay. So is there any last things about your brand, about yourself, or anything in the fashion industry that we've not really talked about?
I think we've covered a lot. And There's obviously like ever-changing trends. The Met Gala just happened, which
Yes,
was beautiful. I had so much to say. Did you see
yes.
the last video I posted?
No, I didn't.
So I kind of like critically analyzed what the designers were doing on the Met.
Ooh.
And the theme was tailored to you and like tailored for you,
Yeah.
and super fine tailoring. And I think they got it all wrong, because
Which outfits in particular?
I think a lot of the designers got it wrong. Like the theme was perfect.
Okay.
The theme was set right. But I think it's such a tribute to traditional tailoring that it needed to be the personality, you know, like whoever the muse was. So say if someone was dressing a particular personality, they should have curated for the particular personality, because it's not a runway. Yes, designers need to be authentic to who they are, but
you're still, it's for a celebrity. It's
still
for someone that's
they
known.
already have a personal brand. If you're not
Exactly.
catering to that personal brand, you're not understanding the theme, because it's not tailored for the designer. It's tailored for the person that's wearing it. So I had a little thought about it. I did however, I did like a lot of pieces on the Met this year. I think that the one that the F1 guy was wearing was particularly so made for him, his personality. And I feel like if more people did that,
Absolutely.
it would have been just perfect. That was the latest thing that happened in the fashion industry.
Yeah, I love that. And then I think that just sparked one more thing to end off on. If someone were to want to get into the fashion industry, and in Dubai in particular, any advice or anywhere to start? I don't know. I'm just thinking of, because there's always a lot of people that want to come into Dubai, and I don't hear the fashion industry too much, because you know, there's the AI, there's real estate, there's all these other bigger industries right now. But any advice you'd give to anyone that wants to get in?
I think I would say that like start curating for people around you. Put them in pieces that you'd imagine they would look good in, or you think you can put out your own design into the world. Start with anybody. Start with your mother. Start with your sister. They all have social circles. Dubai is very high on social circles. If you're able to get a piece out, you will get recognized. So just start. Find a tailor. Find anybody in Dubai that will stitch the garment for you. Or if you have the skill to stitch it, stitch it yourself and just put it on someone. It's not necessary to be world famous to do business, but it's necessary to take the first step. So if you've taken the first step, start small. Like I was making clothes at cost when I first started. Like if it costed me like $10, I was selling it at $10. So sometimes you do business where you just want recognition and credibility. So just take the first step, and I'm guaranteeing you that it will pick up, because in Dubai you can sell anything.
And in Dubai, I find people are so open and helpful. And, you know, they see someone really putting their effort into something, their passion's there. People will be there to support you. And that's why I'm here in Dubai. I love Dubai so much for that. You just have such great networks and people around you from different cultures, from different walks of life. And everyone's there to support. And that network is there. And so I think if any entrepreneur wants to start any business, it's such a great place to be for that network and for that support. And that's how we met, really.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think it's so, Dubai's been so supportive. And I feel like as a young entrepreneur, I got a lot of support from people who were older than me, who had experience. And they just were like, she's going exactly through what we're going through. And it's like they say, you know, like the only criticism you'll always get is from people who aren't doing what you're doing, because the people who've done it are gonna be like, you're gonna make it, girl. Like you're gonna get it right today or tomorrow or the day after. So just keep going. And I feel like Dubai is very we're very lucky to be in Dubai, where there's so many people who've done these things, are like entrepreneurs, millionaires, billionaires, and they'll be like, we're here to support you.
And you just go and have a conversation with them like it's no big deal.
Nice.
Like
everyone's just so nice to you. Like they'll just want to help. Like just that's another thing. Start networking.
Yes.
Like, that is one thing. If you're not networking in Dubai, you're getting it wrong, because there's just so
Oh my
many
gosh.
platforms. You can search it up, like networking in Dubai, and just go to any random event. I'm telling you, you're going to walk out with at least 5 potential
Yeah,
clients.
and everyone's so friendly. It's not like people are in their corners or in their cliques. Like I've
Yeah.
lived around the world, and everywhere there's little cliquey. It was hard to talk to people.
Yeah.
Here, it's anyone will come up to you. Like I'll be talking to like an advisor in the government next, and then one is like the CEO of whatever big brand, and you're just kind of like, how is this my life? How am I
Yeah,
talking
like,
to
how
these
did
people?
how did I get
How did I
here?
get here? But yet you're really just in Dubai going to networking events.
what
Like
Dubai
it's that
does for you.
easy. It really is that easy. And if you have a personality that's a little bit more, friendlier, and you also can help other people.
Yeah.
It's not just you're not there to sell, you're there to help others. It comes back. And I think that's such a big, important part of business in general, and being an entrepreneur is, hey, you want people to help you. How are you helping them?
That's true.
Yeah.
It's always givers gain. We learned that in BNI.
Yeah.
And it's the first thing I did when I met you is try to help you, not try to help
100% you did.
myself. And
Yeah.
yes, over the course of it, you did find like interest in what I was doing, and like
Yes.
we started working together.
Yeah.
But that was not my intention when I first met you. I was like, how can I help you and your business
Absolutely.
grow?
Yeah.
Because I know in turn, not today from you, but from someone else in the world, that karma will come back to me.
Yeah.
It's always givers gain.
Yeah, exactly. And then like anyone that ever wants any fashion wardrobe makeover, I'm like, Saloni's your girl.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that. Amazing. So I think that's it. Thank you
Thank
for
you so much
being
for, like,
here.
Like, thank you so much for having me on your podcast. I'm so happy you let me be your first
I know
guest.
first. Thank you for testing it out with me. And also like, I want that pancake party.
Yes, this week. I'm going to call Paris and be like, guys, you all have to come over and we're going to make pancakes.
This is our announcement now, Paris.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Really appreciate you.
Yeah, Paris, if you're hearing this, like... oh my God, he's going to be like, you're so obsessed with me.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you. You're inspiring. And, I think you have a lot of respect in this whole community. Your name comes up a lot. You work hard. Everyone sees that. Your brand is amazing. You're an amazing person for such a young age. And I'm just excited to see what the future holds for you.
Thank you so much, Jess.
Good.
And I wish you all the best, by the way,
Thank
for
you.
all your future podcasts and your life in Dubai now.
Yes.
I know you're taking this step. It's a big step, but I know you're going to make it. I'm confident.
A big jump, but I'm excited to be here.